All right. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for this week's weekly Wednesday presentation on the Weatherization Program. This presentation is being recorded and will be uploaded to the Otsego County Office for the Aging and New York Connect's Facebook page and our county website. I ask that everyone keep your videos turned off and that you remain muted. If you have any questions, please type them into the chat or raise your hand and we will get those answered for you. If you are calling in on the phone, we will give you a chance to ask your questions at the end of the presentation. My name is Alicia Chase. I'm Otsego County's Long-Term Care Coordinator. I supervise the Otsego County New York Connects program. For those who are not familiar, New York Connects is the connection for all long-term services and supports. While my office is under Office for the Aging, we are unique in that we are able to help anyone of any age who is looking for help navigating the complicated long-term care system. We can help friends, families, caregivers, and clients who are looking for information and assistance, referrals, and application assistance. If you are unsure, please do not hesitate to reach out. We do also have a New York Connects partner with the Catskill Center for Independence. My contact can be found in the chat, and for those who are calling in, you can reach me by calling the Office for the Aging at 547-4232. At this time, I'm going to turn the program over to Danielle Jocelyn with the Opportunities for Otsego for our presentation.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Danielle.
I can't hear you.
Why? Oh, Lord. Told you. This is not going to be good.
Hold on one second, everyone.
It says it's unmuted.
I can hear you fine, Danielle.
Okay. Alicia, can you hear me?
There you go, Danielle. Good.
Okay. All right. So I'll say again, good afternoon. This is Danielle. I am Danielle from Opportunities for Otsego's Energy Services Programs. And I'm going to give you a little bit of information about weatherization. We also do the Empower New York program, but I'm going to focus on the weatherization at this moment. So, oh, I go from one problem to another here. Now it's not going to advance. There we go. Okay. The Weatherization Assistance Program is a federally funded program through the Department of Energy and the Health and Human Services. It's administered by the New York State Homes and Community Renewal and locally administered by Opportunities for Otsego. The income qualifications are based on lower than 60% of state median income. And I put a chart in here to give you an idea of what the guidelines are, but if anybody is on SNAP, HEAP, or Code A SSI, their income would be categorically eligible for the program because we go, our funding is the same as the HEAP funding. The two criteria you have to meet are income eligibility and the building has to be qualified. For the building to be qualified, the building cannot have received services through the weatherization program since September 30th of 1994. Wow. That is subject to change. There is a reauthorization bill that's been in for the past several years. When that gets approved, there's, because it's an act of Congress to do that, that it could be moved. And we look forward to that because things that we've done back in '94 are different from what we do now, and they've outlived their life expectancies. So types of homes that we can weatherize are single-family homes, 1 to 4 unit buildings, multifamily buildings, and pre-manufactured homes, including mobile homes. We do owner-occupied homes as well as rental buildings. Though if there is a renter, there is additional criteria that needs to be met by the landlord. The Weatherization Program offers rental building owners that rent to low-income occupants the opportunity to access this program, which they would otherwise not be able to. Because the program is for income-eligible households, the income is based on the household in the building. For the building to be eligible, the number of eligible units or households must be 50% on a 1 to 4 building and 66% on a 5 unit and higher building. The opportunity afforded to landlords is that not only would they not otherwise be able to access our program, but they only pay a minimum cost of all the measures that we do to the building. Basically, it comes down to, for every dollar that they put in, we put 3 to 4 federal dollars in. So it comes out to be 25% of the cost and 25% or 10% of the 25% for construction management fee, which is a great opportunity for the landlords. The way to apply for the program to get an application, a household can get an application by calling our office and having an application mailed to them. They can email us at energyservices@ofo.org, requesting an application be mailed, contacting us through OFO's website at ofo.org, contact us. Or if you're working with Area Office for the Aging, they have applications there, and they can also make referrals, the same as Department of Social Services. Once the unit and the person household is determined eligible, it goes on to a wait list. Once they get to the top of the wait list, and we ask people not to wait and think that they can apply just before winter and get served, because other people are applying on a regular basis. So if you don't apply, it takes longer to get to the top. Once your name gets to the top of the wait list, you're contacted by the auditor to set up a comprehensive assessment. The auditor does several tasks while he's out there, not limited to the client household questionnaire, which gives an opportunity for the household to discuss with the auditor, what they see, what rooms are colder than others, what problems they're having. Then the auditor does visual as well as mechanical testing of the building. Then all this information is gathered along with their heat bills and electric bills, and it all goes into a modeling program, which tells us cost effectively what we would do to be able to reduce that building's energy cost effectively. Then the auditor develops a work scope based on the eligible measures, and then the project's put into the workflow stream. And once that is done, the work would be scheduled to be performed. We use things like the blower door. I put a little picture in there so you can see what it looks like, so it's not intimidating when they come to your house. And though right now with COVID, we're not doing blower doors on anything more than single family homes. We don't want to pull in air from homes that are attached to bring air in from them. We also use infrared technology to help determine conduction loss as well as airflow. So all this in our world is called determining savings to investment ratio. We have to figure out what is cost effective for the life measure of the item measure that we're putting in. And there's a picture of what the infrared cameras look like when it's cold. and the yellow is the heat escaping. Here's looking at the attic for insulation, and another picture of in a crawl space where there's insulation falling down. We do combustion health and safety testing. We test appliances like your refrigerator, freezer, and possible installation of lighting. There's a co-partner of mine doing a blower door, showing a wall cavity that's open, that air is coming from the attic right down into the home. So typical work that we do is attic insulation and air sealing, sidewall insulation, spray foaming of the rim joist, air sealing such as weather strip, caulking, foaming, penetrations, and much more. Refrigeration replacement of high energy refrigerators, installation of LED bulbs and lighting, health and safety measures, for example, smoke detectors, CO detectors. Sometimes if there's a lot of moisture and we can determine that it can be limited by installing dehumidifiers, that's an allowable measure. We are a Building Performance Institute Gold Star contractor. That means that we've had certifications that meet national standards. They develop credentialing for organizations and residential energy efficiency retrofits, and it requires quality control testing, training, and hiring of certified professionals. Home projects that use BPI accredited contractors result in homes with 20% lower average energy usage. This is a picture to show you a typical home where heat is escaping and where air is coming in. It acts like a chimney. It sucks the air in from the bottom and then works its way up. It's called stack effect. So we focus on the thermal boundary of the house and then air seal around that. And where's, oh, there, I missed one. Okay. Don't know why it went back there. Uh-oh. It went back. Technical difficulties.
No worries.
Okay, and maybe that is the end. But I thought I'm missing a slide. I'm missing the slide that tell you, which I'll go back to the beginning, which has our address, our email address, and our phone number for contact information.
We do have a question regarding qualification. They understand that they are doing the work on single family residents, but what about income guidance for the landlords?
If a landlord lives in the building, let's say, for example, it's a two-family, and the landlord lives in the building, and he's income eligible with the rent that he receives, then there would be no cost to him either. Does that answer the question?
We'll see. If anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask them in person, or you can type them into the chat. I'd just like to give it a few minutes because I know some people don't type quickly.
That's fine.
And just so anybody knows, if clients are working with Office for the Aging, that is one of the questions that we ask them about their energy, and have they ever had weatherization? Do they need help with that? That is part of our assessment.
Right. And that's why I said if they're working with OFA, then, you know, OFA has applications and they actually make referrals to us, so.
All right, well, I don't see any other questions coming in, so that's good. Does anybody want to unmute yourself and ask a question? One last chance.
Or you can call at any time and we'll answer the questions as best we can, or find out the answers.
And the phone number, for those who can view the screen, it's here. Their phone number is 433-0444, or a 1-800 number, 1-800-986-5463.
Danielle.
All right. Oh, here we go.
Hi, Danielle. This is Pam. Thank you for your presentation today. And I just wanted to ask you, you did indicate that there's a 6 to 8 month waiting list. In the event there was someone who was in dire straits.
Pam, you're going in and out.
Do you want me to type this to you?
Oh, no, well, there you go. Wherever you're sitting right now, that's perfect.
If there was someone in dire straits, say they live in like a mobile home, because I've seen so many mobile homes, rural, that are just like completely dilapidated, yet people are living in them. Would there be any way to expedite their request to like top of the list?
Unfortunately, I don't know if I could hear everything you were saying, Pamela, but I think the gist of it is there any way that we can expedite services to individuals?
Correct.
Really, the program is based on first come, first serve. The other thing, there are other criteria that we have to meet, which are programmatic. We have to serve you know, different households. So there's, and basically in short, no, there isn't any way that we can jump anybody up because of an emergency, though we would like to.
Understandable. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for today's weekly Wednesday presentation. And if you have any questions, you can reach out again to the Weatherization Program located right in Oneonta at Opportunities for Otsego. 433-0444 is their local number. And thank you, Danielle, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.